Good afternoon. Welcome to Citizen Live at 1. I am Anne Kiguta. Police in Nakuru have launched investigations into the shooting of a medical doctor attached to the Rift Valley General Hospital in Nakuru last night. The doctor is said to have been accosted by two thugs and shot dead.
Residents of Nakuru's Section 58 estate woke up to news that their neighbor never made it home last night, having been shot dead by thugs on his way at around 8:45 Monday evening. Dr. Johnston Teya Okunji, a medical doctor attached to the Rift Valley General Hospital in Nakuru, was, according to detectives on the case, accosted by two thugs who only made away with his mobile phone after shooting him dead. Police are yet to confirm whether there was any other motive behind the killing. The slain medic's body has since been moved to the Nakuru War Memorial Mortuary and his vehicle towed to the Nakuru Central Police Station as investigations into the shooting continue. Evelyn Wambui, Citizen at 1.
Now, more than 400 people were today arraigned in a Mombasa court for being in the country illegally in the ongoing crackdown on insecurity. Now, this comes even as the government revealed it would allocate more funds to provincial administrators to help fight insecurity. According to Interior Cabinet Secretary Joseph Olelenku, the administrators, who include chiefs and their assistants, will be required to be vigilant at the grassroots to smoke out potential perpetrators of insecurity, and we'll be bringing you details on that story a little later. Let's move on to other news now. And GEM Member of Parliament Jacoyo Midiwo wants the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission to arrest Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission Chairman Isaac Hassan and Chief Executive James Oswago. Now, according to Jacoyo, the chairman should be held accountable for the 30 billion shillings spent on BVR kits, which failed during the March 2013 general election. Jacoyo is also calling for the immediate disbandment of the IEBC, saying the commission should not be allowed to conduct the planned digital registration of persons. Jacoyo was speaking at Wagai in GEM constituency during the disbursement of bursary funds to school heads.
Given the revelations in the last couple of days about IEBC, I think the only thing we can demand is that IEBC is disbanded, and that we get a new team that can hold the trust and confidence of Kenyans. As you're aware, the CEO of IEBC has admitted that the elections were rigged. They have even revealed all the shenanigans that went on during the process. So what we are saying is, as CORD, we demand that the commission is disbanded immediately, and that arrests must be made.
Away from politics to tourism now, and in a bid to promote local travel, various Kenyan tourists got a boost this Easter holiday when various tour companies organized excursions into major tourist attraction sites in Kenya, such as the Masai Mara Reserve and areas around Mount Kenya. Bonfire Adventure Company, which specializes in offering packages for local tourists, flagged off over 60 tour vans and trucks headed to different destinations. The Ministry of Commerce and Tourism is encouraging local tour firms to partner with other players in the tourism industry to offer incentives for local tourists. The county government of Marsabit is reaching out to investors to exploit huge business opportunities in that county. In a forum organized by the Governor Ukur Yatani, the county government urged both local and external investors to exploit the existing opportunities in the county. Marsabit is economically rich in livestock, tourism and even mining. However, it has been dogged by various challenges that include poor infrastructure and a lack of political goodwill.
Wafanyabiashara kutoka kaunti ya Marsabit ndio waanzilishi ambao tunataka kuweka uzito zaidi. Ninyi kwa sababu mnafahamu kaunti hiyo, mnafahamu pia rasilimali ambao ziko sehemu hiyo, pia mnafahamu shida ambao kaunti hiyo iko naye, na hakuna mfanyabiashara hodari kuliko ninyi. Kwa sababu mtu wa nje, mtu wa ngambo, mtu wa sehemu zingine za Kenya ni rahisi kudanganywa, lakini ninyi mko na habari ya kila aina, mnajua kila jamii, mnajua kila sehemu, mnajua rasilimali ambao iko sehemu hiyo.
Lamu has for centuries stood out on the global map thanks to its many historical attractions. But in recent years, Lamu has been in the news largely because of the multi-million-dollar projects that are being unveiled there, including the new port. But to protect its rich cultural heritage, Lamu has been placed under the World Monuments Fund list that will see its historical landmarks kept under watch and protected. As Zedi Koskei reports, Lamu residents had a reason to smile as the International Day for Sites and Monuments was marked there, thanks to the news that the increased international protection of their local attractions will be received there.
The sights and sounds of Lamu Old Town. The winding, serene streets free of traffic, the carved wooden doors and other decorations and traditional houses evoke the everyday sights and sounds of a different age. It's what has put Lamu on the global map as a popular tourist destination. Lamu lies off the coast of the Indian Ocean, steeped in rich history and iconic landmarks, making its recognition as a UNESCO World Heritage Site entirely justified. To commemorate the International Day for Sites and Monuments, residents held a two-day festival dubbed Lamu Watch, characterized by the ever-colorful events. This year, however, all was not well as Lamu had been included in the World Monument Fund's list. The list recognizes sites at risk from forces of nature and impacts of social, political and economic change, putting the cultural heritage of Lamu at stake.
The Lamu County Government has taken the matter seriously and will take swift action to ensure that we step up preservation efforts of our historic sites and monuments and cultural heritage.
By partnering with other stakeholders, the Lamu County Government hopes to improve culture and tourism in the town, long seen as the shining jewel of East Africa.
Kila mwaka tutapata kutathmini na kuona zile sites tofauti ziko wapi na namna gani tunaweza kuangalia hali na condition ya zile sites na monuments ambazo ziko eneo hili.
It thus remains to be seen if Lamu will be restored to its original state that made it have that special appeal that many find irresistible, even as it ushers in a new era of economic prosperity thanks to the multi-million-dollar projects such as the Lamu port that are being constructed. Zedi Koskei for Monday Special.
The Ministry of Education wants to create an independent authority to regulate and supervise all qualifications awarded to students by various learning institutions in the country. The ministry is currently engaging stakeholders in the education sector at the Kenya Technical Training College in Gigiri, where it is making amendments to a bill that would create a Kenya Qualifications Authority that would be in charge of certificates offered by various institutions of higher learning. The Kenya Qualifications Framework Bill 2013 was brought to the National Assembly for its second reading in March, but got a hostile reception from members of the House who said it should be firmed up.
There are very many people in this country with diplomas and certificates from different pathways. Many of these are not recognized.
We are also supposed to publish an annual report on the status of national qualifications. This is where sometimes we have major challenges when we talk about people publishing annual reports. If we ask for them, they are nowhere to be seen. But this time around, we shall demand.
Well, across our borders now, and 65-year-old Mahmoud Adel has taken refuge in his hobby of raising pigeons for decades, but he says it has become a pastime in the chaos of modern Cairo.
On a Cairo rooftop, away from the city's noise and congestion, pigeon breeder Mahmoud Mohammed Adel raises scores of pigeons. For decades, Adel has been breeding the birds, some for their beauty and others as racing pigeons. For Adel, his pastime is a refuge away from the chaos of modern Cairo life. He says he treats the pigeons as though they are his own offspring.
So you raise these young pigeons as if you are raising a baby. You take care of it, you give it its vitamins, you change where they sleep, like you change a baby's nappies and shower it. You also put food for the pigeons and clean their droppings. It takes you out of the mood you're living in, problems at work, problems of the state.
Adel keeps pigeons for different breeds and explains their features.
The pigeons here are considered decorative because their looks, colors and beauty specifications are very high. Even the style of their bodies is different. A slim and tall pigeon is characterized by its different symmetrical colors. The abia is different than the pure because its beak is more protruding but has a bigger curve. Every type of abia pigeon has a special eye color.
Despite the large sum of money that Adel could receive for selling his birds, he says he has no interest in making money from them. Around 5 years ago, avian flu or bird flu was found in Egypt, where the virus killed dozens of people. At the time, the most populous Arab country was hit harder than any other country outside Asia. Adel wants more to be done to protect his precious pigeon species.
These pigeons do not exist anywhere. They are a national treasure. 3/4 of them were exterminated during the bird flu era because we do not know the value of this bird that resides in Egypt. Unfortunately, our heritage is 7,000 years old, and God made sure the pyramids were fixed in a place so that we would not move them. If the pyramids could be easily moved, they would have been sold. However, pigeons are weak, and the sons of its country are the ones killing them.
Historically, in Egypt, the bourgeois class showed off their breed of pigeons to entertain one another. But nowadays, the pastime is left to enthusiasts like Adel.
All right, and it's time for us to take a short break. And Citizen Live at 1. Don't go too far.